I think that two-button start really is weird. Alrighty, and we're on. What's up, everybody? Welcome and welcome back. Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday, happy Friday, happy Friday. Hope you guys are planning a very cool and chillaxing weekend. Well, thank you for just hanging out with me today. Well, this morning, this is going to be a short one, I think. Maybe about an hour and a half. But firsties, right? Thank you for joining me. Welcome and welcome back to Arts of the Round Table. My name is Mello, and Angel Dessel, you don't ever have to apologize for not joining or hanging out. I just appreciate your company whenever you do. Honestly, you don't have to apologize. I know there are things that are going on in other people's lives. You guys don't revolve around me or vice versa. We're just hanging out. This is a safe space to hang out. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you for hanging out. Happy Friday to you. God bless you. God bless you. It is early here, so I'm finishing up my coffee. Coffee and lead. Coffee and lead is the only one of my live streams that I actually numerate. Is that a word? That I have numbered? So, we're on episode 16. The original Jimbo Slice. Good morning, sir. Uh, yes, you thanked me. I sent you the link for our buddy here. Before I go into that, Angel Deso, my day's gone pretty good. So far, I had to do some I had to do repair on my wife's car yesterday, and it's still running. So, cross my fingers. So far, so good, but we'll find out later on today. But yes, my day's going fine. And Jimbo Slice, yeah. This thing has been, I thought I was going to use it a lot more. Um, it's so articulating. It really is helpful. It really does. This is probably the better. Oh, you did buy it. Awesome. Hey, awesome. Um, Probably one of the better articulating hands. I had a wooden one that didn't do very well. Uh, and so you already know how much fun this thing is. And how quickly it changes once you put the nail attachments, the fingernail attachments. But I have a I have a like a frame that holds my camera and all this stuff. So I used to have them. I used to have it holding on to the frame. So now what I think I'm gonna start doing is on my videos, I like to have it on my table. And I think what I'm gonna do is that after every cut, change the finger position to count. But we'll see. I think that gets too. I think it'll be fun in the beginning, and then I'll get so tired of it that you'll never see it again. All right. But yeah, guys, gals, I appreciate you swinging through. Let's see. Angel Desso says, using the hands for signs. Yeah. Anyways, I finally go back to art, but still a little discouraged. Though I wouldn't be discouraged. Let me guess. You're probably being a bit too judgmental on your comeback. That'd be dope. Holding the phone while it's charging. I don't like the holder. I feel like I wish the. I'll show you. I got it right here. I wish this piece was a little bit more sturdy. I mean, it works for what it is. This hand isn't too heavy, so that's always good. But I wish either the base was a bit more sturdy. So that you can really get some proper posing and articulating. There was some issues. Now it's going to work fine. There was some issues I had. It's going to work fine today. Of course, because it's Friday. And it doesn't want to get fired. I wish the base was a little heavier, but I understand. I mean, you get what you pay for. Or at least they should have put they should have put it in the center to give it more balance, right? If it was in the center, but I guess, listen, we can't really complain too much. It was, it's not too expensive. It's a great tool. So, but yeah, the Angel Desu. If you don't mind, you can talk about what was discouraging to you. I'm not going to record that on my phone today. I'm at a disadvantage. Let me turn on my light here. I got you. All right, so we won't. We don't have to go too into the personal stuff. I appreciate that you even mentioned it. Um, art is interesting because it's supposed to be personal. So I wouldn't get too discouraged with your art. I really wouldn't. That's coming from someone who is, I think, sometimes overly critical of my own art and its progression. And on every piece, I go through certain aspects of acceptance and following through. Art, I realize when working on something, 80% of what's happening in front of you looks bad. It's the last 20% where everything kind of ties in together. You just have to suffer that 80%. I know it's a high number, and some people may argue that percentage. But from someone like myself who's always had a weird way of appreciating my own art, believe me, guys, I am an introvert artist. Most of the stuff I ever did was for me and for me only. It stayed with me. They're very personal to me, and it was a coping mechanism for me to be away from people, considering it's something that usually brings people together. So it took me a long time, and I think with art, people that aren't the artist have a tendency to be kind of blunt for art's sake on their criticism. Artists and non-artists alike. You always hear the expression that everyone's a critic. But when you're doing art, that's for you, and somebody out of nowhere goes, oh, the arm is crooked, or the color's off. One of the first things you want to say is like, I didn't ask you. Like for me, that arm is supposed to be like that. So when people start bringing in their own insecurities and their own so-called perfectionism to your interpretation and to your creative self, becomes something. There's something about it that you have to be able to say, I made it that way for me. It's incomplete for you in your eyes, but for me, that's how I intended it to be. Why didn't you do it this way? Because that's not what I wanted to do. You got to be okay with some of that stuff. Um, in the same token, if you're going to be that private, maybe what's the expression I'm looking for? What's the kind of like what I'm trying to say here? If you're going to be private, maybe not throw it so much out to other people, right? If you can't take those type of constructive criticisms, or if you're going to argue about all the constructive criticisms, it may be a good idea not to show certain people. Or you give that caveat. You ask someone who's a professional or who you respect that's an artist and say, can you give me either your brutal opinion, but I want to get better. Some people that have just unrequested opinions just because they think they're better or this, that, and the other, or they can really go kick rocks to me. I think art is subjective. There's a very small group of people that I respect their opinions in anything that comes with art. You have to also remember that there's an old expression, opinions are like buttholes. Everybody has one, and they all stink. That's a good thought for the morning. Another advice I have, if you want it, is be careful about comparison. Comparison is the killer of motivation. There's some people that I used to compare myself to, and when I couldn't meet or reach their standard of amazing art, it really bummed me out. But we are bypassing years of training, years of study, years of learning and painting and all that stuff, and we want to go, that's how I want it to look. And we have to give ourselves that time. Yeah. You don't have any artists around you. The only one that you have doesn't talk to me anymore after his relocation. And the comparison part is something I can't help. Yeah, I can't help either. We can never help that part, really, right? Um, and I think that there's so many unique and beautiful art styles that it's okay to have one that's yours, man. I struggled with that a lot. I used to do a lot of stuff like this where it was somebody else's work and you try to, get good by copying it or tracing or whatever when I was learning, and I branched out very rarely would I branch out to do something of my own in my own style, because I would always get this response. You got a very unique style. Thank you. Um, you should draw so and so in your style. Okay, I'll try that. And then when you do, they go, it doesn't look like. Well, that's not what you asked. That's not the goal you put in front of me. You said draw it in your style. I like to see that when you do it. And they go, eh. It's kind of like, well, damn. So those things. But art is subjective, man, and I've learned to appreciate if it comes from the heart, man. Who am I to ever tell an artist that it doesn't look some type of way because I do it a different way? That's your Friday philosophy. Ooh, a little Friday philosophy. I should have like a bring, a little magic animation. Friday philosophy. I am going to be. I'm gonna go back to this palette because it has some grays. I'm gonna start adding in a bit more of it. I'm gonna slow down a bit. I think I did a lot of this really quickly because it's so big. You gotta like put down a lot of paints. And again, for whatever reason, I need to get out of my head that the live streams. I usually live stream for maybe 2 hours, a little bit more. Um, and I try to keep my streams for in that time limit. But I need to separate the time limit of the live stream and the time limit that I want to put to paint. They shouldn't they shouldn't be the same. I shouldn't worry about how quickly or anything, unless this was like a, a rushed commission or something like that. Like if it was business, that's different. But because this is kind of a commission, but it's also kind of like a side project, so I'm not too worried about time, and I shouldn't be. I want to smooth out some of these tones on the gray. But art is weird, man. And I love that we gravitate to the weird stuff. I have an appreciation for traditional artists and the Renaissance artists and stuff like that. But I like weird stuff too. I'm digging this style though. I of using a screenshot. This is a screenshot from the actual movie, and but putting my own spin and details and stuff like that. I think that's actually pretty cool. I didn't think I was gonna like it as much. I don't know why I thought that, honestly. But we live and learn. That said, while we take our time on this awesome Friday, um, this actually will be a shorter stream, maybe about an hour and a half. I have to leave around 11 my time. Take care of some errands. And I do not stream on the weekends. I'm in my little studio here Monday through Friday, and I try not to, even though I'm always thinking about art, I try not to, I may sketch or something and might come up with ideas, but I try to stay out of this room. And it helps doing that, separating those times, because it helps me, keeps me fresh for when I do come back in here. You have to treat it like a 9 to 5. I have such hard time drawing machines. The only way I was able to do this at all was using doing the grid system. Are you familiar with the grid system? Let me tell you. Let me see. It is cool, most especially how the shadows allow it to pop out so realistically. Yeah, I didn't want to do such a smooth painting. As you can see, I went cooler with the gray tone. The reference is very warm. A lot of pinks, a lot of warm colors, a lot of yellow in there. But I think this may have been a product of an accident, or a byproduct of just the paint that I'm using. Himi or this gray, I don't know if all the grays out there, they use blue pigment as a base. So I'm kind of like at that mercy, but I like I think it makes it pop out a little bit more. And I use a technique that I've used before to do rock texture, because I know that I thought I can make it work on metal with all the dents and stuff like that. So, and just let some of the stuff stay wet so that it can dry in those stains, and then the stains that would come up, I could emphasize it with some light and shadows. Oh, so the first professional artist you saw drew it. Yeah, the grid system is very helpful. I don't use it as often. I have used it before. I've used it a little bit more, not necessarily in the way I did it for here. On some of my other drawings and paintings recently, I've used the grid system to keep me inside of the page a bit better for composition's sake. This is the first time I think that I was able to use it successfully for something like this. And if you're interested, it's kind of I did live stream that part of the process on Tuesday. If you want to see how that works and how that came to be. And I talk about a little bit of my struggles. And there's a gentleman on the chat, Omer, from Omer Glitch, who was a teacher. And he was talking about how he was using that and having projects with his students. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, the grid system is not bad. It's a good way. I think that I think it'd be a good way to draw something regularly in your own comfort, in the 8.5 by 11, whatever size paper you use, copy paper or whatever. And if you're gonna paint it, or transfer it. The grid system is probably the best way to go. If you don't have a projector or stuff like that. I think I have a projector, but it might be too big. Oh man. Yesterday, this is heartbreaking, but yesterday there was a missing teenager here where I am, and today's a missing child. Oh lordy. But yeah, if you want to check that out, I think with the success of this, there's a few more other projects that I had now because of the success of this. It's usually the case, right? Oh, I never tried it because it was unsuccessful, and then it is. I'm gonna try it on something else. And I'm glad I went big. I don't know if I would have been too successful if I went small. In the reference I'm using, a lot of this is just kind of shadows, and I'm kind of like using it more as dents and scrapes to add detail. I think that putting your own spin on certain things just to make your own is good. I think that if unless it's requested, right? If you're a commission artist or but honestly, if they wanted something that's going to be exact, just make a copy of it. Why have me work on it for 8 hours or so? I'll take your money. But honestly. Alright. I keep moving my microphone, so I'm sorry if there's like weird bumpage. Good morning, Saboteur. Yeah, well, listen, we all wake up like this. This is usually how we all look during when our alarm goes off. And good morning. How you doing, brother? I'm gonna have there's a, you know the shot of when Megatron must be stopped, no matter the cost, and he has this great superhero pose, and right before he transforms and just starts wrecking. I might do that one next. You know what I'm saying? I might do that one next. Oh yeah, you gotta switch over to the desktop shot. The full desk experience. Sounds very double entendre. You're hanging out with Homer too much, man. Kidding. So, Seb, what are you doing? What do you do professionally? Oh, what's your the day job? Just coding? I wish I can get this to be a little more creamy. Yeah. Yeah, he's hilarious, but he's not lying. Everything is everything is being given to AI. And I've been like watching videos and another tech, that's cool. Even artists now kind of accepting their fate when it comes to AI and AI art. You know, big deal artists using it now and trying to sell it as a reference. Which I mean, I don't know. I don't know. When it first hit, I was kind of like in that, and I'm still kind of in that side of the fence of using it as references and to generate ideas and get color schemes, and there's certain things that AI can generate quickly that we can't. But I don't know, man. Like, I'm not ignorant to what it's doing to the world, I guess. But there are so many, too many people pretending to give a crap just to have, just to be loud in the room. So it's hard to hear and listen to proper arguments about it. Dilla Ranger, how are you? It is good afternoon, I think, right? For you? If you want to keep your job, yeah, AI scary is still too much hype, but it is getting really good. If you want to keep your job, you should be learning these tools. You have to learn these tools to one to find a way how to compete with it, or two just to find a way how it can adapt to what you're doing. And Dilla Ranger says good, and you. I'm doing very well, thank you. Dilla Ranger, if you're wondering if I'm talking to myself or to multiple people, you can go ahead and switch to the full desk stream. The link is the second comment there on the chat, and you'll be able to see. That's if you can. If you're on a mobile, then you can stay where you are on a mobile device. But if you're watching on a computer, you may get a better viewing experience on the vertical stream, on the horizontal stream. Excuse me. Or you can watch wherever you are comfortable. You guys are talking. You guys don't need me in this combo. Yeah, but it's kind of nuts. Just how. Oh, dang it. Where did I spell it? I spilled water on this thing and I can't tell where it landed. See? Maybe, maybe, maybe. I can't tell. I can't tell. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm not really reading chat. I'm just talking to myself. Saboteur knows all the signs. Yeah, that do get crazy. That do get crazy. Tab, it was good to see you drawing again, brother. That must have felt good. Must have heard the the rusty gears moving. But yeah, yeah, the thing with the continue the conversation with AI and in art. I wonder who complains the most though. I don't know if the professionals, quote unquote professionals, complain that much about. I think that I think they do use it as reference for ideas. I remember, I can't remember the name of the artist now. When the generative AI was first came out a couple of years ago, he was generating images and then drawing them. But he was telling people that he was doing that. And then obviously all the keyboard warriors and the virtual signalers ate him up to the point where he had to like issue apologies. It was like, why? Why? You don't have to apologize to anybody. He was still drawing. He was still doing his work. He was using it as reference. But then again, we have morgue files. We have Google. We have Pinterest where we'll straight up use a photograph and not give credit to its lighting, to any of it. The photographer. If you guys didn't know this movie, and I don't mention anything, I mean, so younger people, maybe not us that know it, will go, "Wow, that's great. He's really good." I'm like, I freaking copied it, and not give credit. I'm not gonna give credit to every artist that worked in that movie. I don't even know the person that drew this. I don't know. I don't know what the heck I'm talking about. I only had one cup of Joe this morning. I'm not a champion for it. I don't hate it. I don't want to lynch it either, and I'm not a champion for it. So, talk about sitting on the fence. But it's the people that like who go ahead and make generative AI. Don't do anything but sign it and say, "I did that." You go, "No, you didn't, man." But they have an audience for it. If you don't think so, if you don't think there's an audience for AI or generative AI art, go to Pinterest. Pinterest is almost 80% AI art. I was trying to do this piece uh, for an artist. He has a character who is all metal, and I was having trouble trying to figure out how to render metal in paint or even draw it. So what do? You go to Pinterest, chrome bird person, chrome this, chrome arm, chrome metal, blah blah blah, whatever. Yeah, it's AI art, and some of it is signed. There was one that I saw that was like, that is dope. I want to use it. I actually want to draw this because I think it'll be a really good study. It had a signature and everything. So I go and I try to find that artist, that signature on Instagram. Everything is AI art. And they can care less. Of course they can care less. I don't mean it that way. Because they got thousands of followers and thousands of comments. And so even the haters, oh, this is AI slop. You are contributing to that artist's page and their the algorithm. I haven't used it. I haven't used the reference yet, though. Not that I care. I think I want to. I'm going to. I just haven't had a chance to draw something worth it. That's too dark. No, I mean, but it's everywhere. It's everywhere. It really is. So, hopefully that dries a little lighter. Then I might have to go over it again. All right, what y'all talking about? You have no idea how rusty. But the story is really making me itch. Yeah, man, that story needs to be burning in your pocket. You got to get it out. Um, and I'm glad. I'm glad that you're feeling that itch. And get it out. It needs to be told. A story that needs to be told. Yes. So everyone does use AI. It's in everything. It's in your phones. It's in Siri. It's in Google. It's in everything. So that's fine, right? The the um the virtual assistant. I love me the virtual assistant. Um, but the AI, yeah. And if you use it for reference, and these some of these non-artists use it, and because they don't have a style, you know, none of it, none of it. If you're copying it outright, no. If you're using it to help you with a certain image or story you need to tell, but it's in your style, I don't care. I really don't, honestly. And the truth of it is, I don't care. I don't care. Um, I should rephrase that. I don't. If you're using it to make your stuff better, to make you better, so that you can draw without it, hell yeah, I don't care. Who am I? Who am I? And if you're gonna be yelling at consumers for buying it, why? 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 Not your money. I mean, we shop at Timu or Shine. Shine now giving people embalming fluid. Is that what's going on? I wasn't expecting that. Not on my 2026 bingo card. What are you saying? Some people let me know they want to read it because they hate talk. They want to read it because they hate them. Yeah. Uh, yeah. I thought do they still? They don't seem to sell it as hard. I'm talking about Adobe with their AI extendo image. Yeah, scammers or art thieves, like the people that are taking up spots at like artist alleys, selling AI, or just straight up stealing other people's art. But even still, check out Etsy. People are selling AI art all the time. The Hobby Lobby. That's kind of disconcerting too, seeing that stuff in stores like that with registered IPs, man. So until the market dries up for it, all we're doing is screaming into our pillows. And that's a fact, Jack. But I don't think artists are in a losing battle here, to tell you the truth, when it comes to AI art. And it's not because we're complaining so much about it, but I think it'll begin to segregate the field. Take it easy, Dilla Ranger. I appreciate you swinging through. Thank you. Have a great rest of your day. Have a fantastic Friday. AI Jesus. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. In a lot of those pieces, they look good. You go, man, that's legit. So, as an artist, you know what you should do? Draw it, and you put it up. I wonder who. I wonder if people call them out for it. There was an old video. Um, Actually, I don't know how old it is. Maybe during. I don't know if it was even during COVID. Anyway, it doesn't matter. If you guys are familiar with Ergo Josh, I think he does mostly digital. An amazing artist, has a YouTube channel, and he was showing one of his process pieces and how he used AI art. Um, and he didn't even use it. He just kind of got stuck on a certain part of his own piece, and he was trying to figure out how to do flowing hair or something like that, and it just wasn't working out for him. So he showed up what he did. Man, all of a sudden, a guy that has shown his process honestly the whole way, you're a fraud, you're this, you're that, and lost tons of subscribers or followers or whatever. And then he had to go and do another video just to apologize for showing. I don't know, bro. And I saw one yesterday. From an artist showing how she uses Midjourney to help her with her composition and idea process. And that's how she sold it. The most difficult thing for an artist is coming up with ideas all the time. When I thought that was the whole point. But what do I know? She didn't get ed up in her comments. Some did. But it seemed a bit more understanding. She showed their Midjourney creations. She showed how she did the photo bashing in Photoshop, and then she painted a beautiful, huge canvas using those references. Can you besmirch her? She painted it, but the reference was all photo bash in AI. I don't know, bro. I don't know what color this is. To save, oh yeah, absolutely. To save them money. So the only way now for the artist is to say, oh yeah, I'm a practitioner. Hire me and I'll do your AI prompts. What time is it? All right. Hire me to do your AI prompts. So now we're going to be competing on how to do that. I wonder how. I wonder how ChatGPT would be able to make that sound if I was to redo my resume. Become an AI consultant. Oh man. Yep. Yep. It's not right. But anyway. Vive la resistance. That's us, man. Nobody will ever be all that happy. But you're right, except for the corporations, because they're the ones making money. Uh, they're either going to AI art it, right? Or we artists are going to compete so hard with each other that we slowly begin to remove ourselves from the market. And it goes to what you were saying in your interview, honestly, with the guys at a pit fighter, with Kurt. They was asking about the comic industry, and I think you said, "I wish the big guys disappear because they're so just homogenized." But that's what the industry's gonna do. It's gonna be the age of the indie, man. Again, that's gonna be. I think it's gonna be dope. But yo, let DC or Marvel hire me. I'll sell you guys out in the quickness. At least until some bills get paid, and then I'll turn on my memoirs. That's true. Yep. Own your own IP. Control your IP and do what you. Yep, absolutely. The way Stan Sakai, Usagi Yojimbo. You see him in everything. No matter. Belongs to him. Creator own. Creator own and take care of it. One of my goals, future goals, brother. Round table comics, man. See if I can build a place where indies and individual, basically the way Image originally started. Keep your own stuff. That's right. That's right. Just everything looks like everything else nowadays. I got so many different shades of gray in on my palette here that I keep forgetting which one I'm using. So I'm blending everything in, and it's comes out pretty good. The first book you worked on with your friend got option. That was cool for them, but is the time coming back? Yeah, yeah. And some of these people that option it buy it to keep it, not even to put it out there. But that is cool. You worked on it as an artist. Is that something that that's out in the wild? Would I be able to see that, pick it up? Not that I don't believe you. I believe you. I just want to see it. Yes, option to keep movie rights. Yeah, man. Do nothing with it. That's why you got to do what they did with the Fantastic Four. Do something with it or give it back. That's what that's what I would do. Yeah, everything is hindsight or imaginary. That's what I would do. But that's what I would do. Villains. I'm gonna Google it. I'm gonna Google it. So are they the writers? I'm gonna pause and let this sit so I can't. I don't have to. I feel like I'm overworking it. Let's see. What's up with my keyboard, bro? My keyboard dead. Dude, it sucks that everything always goes to on the Marvel or DC. All right, the Cougans. Boop, 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 boop. You said it's from Viper Comics. All right. I wonder if the comic store that I frequent. Oh yeah, look at that. They got a volume 1. I'm looking at it on I'll pick it up, brother. So you're on a backup story. Would they have that out there? I only see the first story. Nick Corrigan. That's funny. I'll keep checking, man. But if you have, I'm telling you, if you have a link for it, bro, let me know. Universal. Universal picked it up. And they never did anything, huh? Buttheads. I'll keep peeking. It looks cool. All right. Just keep noodling around. Got about another 50 minutes. Where's my brush? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the interwebs, man. Interwebs has everything. Do you think, brother? Oh, you guys caught my lack of whistling skills. My favorite meal? Good Lord. All right. That's an interesting question. But if hmm, this might be a weird answer, and I'm actually getting emotional thinking about it. My grandmother passed away about 6 years ago, and I used to live with her when I was younger to help her. She lived to 102. Lived with her for a while my grandfather was sick. But anyway, my grandmother made the best oatmeal. If I can just yeah. If I can have that one more time. I've never had shawarma, but not to sound like Tony Stark. There's a shawarma place around here. I don't know what it is, but I want to try it. I'm definitely going to try it. Noodle 1333. Thank you. As we pay respects to the greatest Prime. But then again, Optimus Primal was pretty good too, though. And it was my grandmother's birthday the other day. May she rest in peace. What's really good about using these artboards is the amount of texture that you can get, but it's a pain when I'm really trying to get a smooth application of the paint. But it could also be, it could be a lot of things. It could be the consistency is wrong. Too much water, not enough. So I'm trying to go with it, but I kind of like these little gradations. It really adds to kind of like the pop mark detail I'm trying to add to the beat up body of Optimus. If you guys are fans of the movies, are you guys excited to hear the news that Shia LaBeouf and or Megan Fox is coming back to yell Optimus into the from the top of their lungs? Oh man, the light's shining on him. Don't go into the light yet. Well, it's too late. If you guys know, he already went to the light. I'm gonna add some black. I'm gonna add some that. Yeah, I think at this point, all I'm really doing is noodling and just putting layering on top. Guys, I hate to be the stickler for this, but if you can, if you're there and you're watching, hit the like, hit the hearts, hit all those things so that YouTube can pump this stuff out. Unless you guys like to gatekeep and don't want anybody to see, and you enjoy my art process by yourselves, then that's cool too. But I'm just saying. Adding details that aren't there, so I'm trying to not look so much into the reference anymore. I'm just using the reference now just to make sure that I don't go either too much or too much dark or too much light. But honestly, I'm actually at the stage where I'm looking at it less and less. But I'll keep it up there to give you guys the window of what I'm looking at. I keep forgetting where I paint it. I'm gonna put some smooge all over it. Sab, if you thought I was kind of like morbid doing this thing, my son, my youngest, he's 22. He's like, you know what it needs? Like oil splatter. As if he's bleeding out. I'm like, brother, I love you. But yeah, peeps, man, I was just was watching Rob Norton's stream last night, and we was kind of like going back and forth talking about art. Yeah, that was pretty neat. And I haven't had more fun, man. And I know that I'm not wishing it upon myself, but I know there's a block coming. It just happens. But until then, like what I said to him, I'm riding the slipstream as far as possible. Thing that I've learned a lot is about art block is that just gotta let it go. It's just the mind needing a break. I might do some more inking. I have my blade and spawn that I want to put out, that I want to ink. You know what's so weird? I did the Supergirl cover because all my stuff was getting a little dark in terms of color palettes. And I do that and it comes out, and then I do this right after. Which is kind of funny. But this is colorful. No, I gotta do Ultra Magnus. Not Ultra Magnus. Yeah, Ultra Magnus next. Getting blown to bits. Such heroic nonsense. The Boys? No. I have not. I don't think I've drawn anyone from The Boys. I was reading the books for a while. And then, they got a little too much. I was reading a lot of books that were questionable. Have you ever seen or read, I think it's Crossed? Yeesh, that one. The Boys, there was a great book, Irredeemable, was amazing. That's another one where it's kind of like a what if Superman just kind of lost his ish and became a DB. Irredeemable. Yeah, Cross is crazy. That's another one. David had a short story about them on an island in Ireland, I think, with I think a convent sister. That was amazing. But that was another one that just got a little too much. I mean, it got too much early. The fact that I stuck around so long. A little Yeah, man. And nobody picked up their stuff, huh? Nobody picked up any of those characters, I don't think. I didn't realize that they were gone. All right, there's a cut there. They just get eaten up, man, by these big deals. These big deal publishers who. It's just kind of nuts that these big deal publishers that are being run now by the same people that kind of rebelled against the big deal publishers. I'm talking about Jim Lee and them. But then they treat the industry the same way. But I think money does that to you. Not money, business does. Yeah. Super shocking. Well, is it shocking? Right? Or was it just. I don't know. I don't know. But that does suck, but there's no friendship. He revived that book. His book, Wildcats, was hot. Well, it wasn't for me, but you know, revived it, made it interesting again. But then what he did when he went to DC was kind of nuts. Learn from the best, I guess. Yep. Yep. What's so funny, you know those videos of, you can find them on YouTube, of Jim Lee, Wiltz, McFarlane, Liefeld, where they're drawing. It's not even associated with Marvel, but Stan Lee's like hosting it. That had to be so awkward, because you know none of them were sticking around. And in those videos, they're doing a art demo, and Liefeld and this dude basically drawing Overkill. Oh, shitty cable version of Overkill. What were you saying? But lost respect when I heard of the ABC line. What do you? Oh, dude, what do you do to ABC? You had those VHSs. I've only found them on YouTube, which always feels. I love YouTube for that. I've seen some great. Just a treasure trove of artwork and artists working on live Mobius stuff, and I think it's TikTok Tick, something like that. It's French and it has a ton of artists. Mobius, Buscema. Oh yeah, anyway, we spoke about this previously. Anyway. ABC Comics is with Tom Strong, right? Alan Moore's Tom Strong. I've always wanted to read that. I loved the artwork. I never read any of it. I want to thin out these lines on his face. Okay. But yeah, dude, Jim Lee, man, great artist, but bruh, thou shalt not covet thy artist wife. Yeah, he said it too. And I don't think he wanted DC to keep pumping out his books, and I didn't realize if that was I think I'm removing paint now. Ugh. The tea, man, in the art industry, in the comic book industry, is bananas. Yep. Trying to get into a distribution model. If I can't, I'll make my own. Yeah, brother. Dude, Chat GPT. get your get your get your AI assistant to help out, bro. I'm sure he'll knock it out. All right, there's something weird. Okay, I know what I gotta do. Be with the house like a power. Yeah, because we left more than when we know. Yep. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, absolutely. And brother, whatever you need, man. If I can do it, I'll do it. That's right. Yeah, I definitely got to get that going for me. It might be beyond me. I'm trying to like be. I'm being honest with myself. It might be beyond me. Maybe it's one of those things that it's not gonna work. I gotta be okay. I gotta be okay with that also. But I really do just need to set some time and just get her done. Hopefully I can get to a. Hopefully I can get to a place where do so much of this stuff. Some of it pays for itself. That's the craziest thing. Trying to separate the two. The passion for the moolah, and I'm like, well, bruh, I'm boiling over with passion. Oh Lord, give me the moolah, give me my money. It's not dark enough here. Creative Solutions, welcome. Yeah, let's do it. Every town or city has an art guild. You know, I'm from Boston, so I saw something today where someone on my IG feed was promoting. It was called Breakfast and Booze, and it was an art gathering. And I'm like, where the hell was that when I was down there? But then again, I didn't really look. But I know there's something close. I know there is. And I think once I start communicating a bit more with some of these comic shops around here, that'll come. Three, four sections, kind of like action beats. No, man, if it works for you, it works. Drinking Thursdays, drink and draw. That's great. It's got to be darker. Which means this is probably going to have to be black. And that is my musical cue. I'm gonna go and run some errands. Maybe I'll come back, maybe. But probably not. But if I don't, I want you guys to have a fantastic weekend. On me, you guys take the rest of the next 2 days off. You deserve it. And I'll see you guys. Hopefully, I'll be working on this unless I cheated and finished it over the weekend. But I don't think so. I'm kind of enjoying it, but I want to finish it so I won't torture Saboteur to see this anymore. Poor Optimus. I'm gonna see if I can do a happier Optimus. But so if that's the case, I'll probably be doing it off screen. Let me wrap up my paints. Thank you, Creative Ambition Zart. Creative Ambitions Art. Thank you, Susan. I appreciate you. Have a fantastic weekend. Sabo, have a fantastic weekend. Noodle, have a fantastic weekend. Dealer Ranger's gone, but have a fantastic weekend. And the Angel Deso. Thanks for making me friggin' emotional thinking about my grandma and my favorite meal. No, yeah, no Trey. Nah, man, I can't do that, dude. I think that's more emotionally scarring than Optimus. But yeah, man, have a fantastic weekend, everybody. Thank you for joining me. This is Arts of the Round Table. Today is Friday. My name is Mello. And as always, I'll draw you guys. Until next time, I'll draw you later. Bye-bye. Peace. Love you. God bless you. Bye.